Hey guys, it's Alyssa Marie, your intuitive reader. Just a voice note today, really quick message. But again, this is probably one of the most important messages as well that I'm about to give you. We are going to be talking about the greatest force of all, which is love. And we're going to explain that in a moment. But first, of course, it would help me out so much if you hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I upload on Tuesdays and Thursdays regularly. If you are interested in a personal reading, crystals, guided meditation, art, candles, etc., the link to my Etsy is down below. So let's go ahead and get started. So what do I mean by the greatest force of all is love? Well, let's first talk about dimensions, okay? So as we go higher in dimensions, we become less physical. So for example, us as third dimensional beings are more physical than, say, an Arcturian being. And again, this doesn't mean better by any means, but it means less physical, it means less dense, and it means more close, or I should say closer to source. And the further we get to source, the closer we get to source, the more there is love. The farther we get from source, the more there is polarity and darkness. Now, I don't want to confuse anyone though, because there is still darkness, I've been told, in upper realms and upper dimensions. However, it's different, okay? And we can talk more about that in a different video. So I have a little list here of things I wanted to mention. So the first thing, okay, there are negative entities. We know this. Negative entities, we can say these are reptilians, or even possibly, like, if you're believing in demonic forces. Of course, though, too, negative people, negative other people in our lives, or even negative thoughts that we house. All of these things are can be easily combated, okay? And they can be easily combated by love. And this can confuse a lot of people. This is something that I struggled with for many years, still do to a certain extent, much better than I was. But a lot of people struggle with the fact that the way to defeat darkness, or the way to lessen, to mitigate darkness, dark energies, dark thoughts, dark people, negative people, is actually to literally pound and give them all your love, okay? And you might be like, hell no, I don't want to love somebody who abused me. But this is what I'm saying. When we are loving, that doesn't mean we are giving, that doesn't mean we are, how do I word this? Doesn't mean we are loving what let's take an abuse. Let's take my father, for example. I don't know if you guys know this. My father is not in my life. He was very abusive to me growing up. For a long time, I hated my father. I really hated my father. I don't hate him anymore. And that doesn't mean that I'm saying, okay, what he did to me was okay. Okay, that doesn't mean that. Instead, it means I'm taking the energy of love and I am sending it his way, because I don't know where he came from. I don't know the abuse he took. I don't know, even if he didn't, even if he just did that out of, whatever. I'm still sending love, because love defeats hate. It defeats darkness. Seriously. A reptilian being. I know you guys, like, for instance, reptilian beings. There are plenty of them, in my opinion, all around the universe, the multiverse, here on Earth. We talk about, ooh, we don't like them, those terrible reptilians. And the thing is even the negative reptilians, the negative humans, we have to send love. We have to send love. We should not be saying stuff like, I hope that person, suffers, and I hate this person and they're terrible. Instead, we're sending love. We're sending this powerful, strong force. And those negative entities do not know what to do with that. Okay? They do not know. Sorry, there's a motorcycle out there. They do not know what to do. If you send love to and you don't have to say things, okay, like if it's a reptilian, if it's a person, doesn't matter. You don't have to say like, I'm sending you love. You don't got to say nothing, okay? You don't have to communicate with them if you don't want to. You can do this energetically. I do this energetically, okay? I've had an issue with a best friend in the past who ghosted me, still very traumatic for me. But do I necessarily reach out to this person and say no? But I'm sending them love. I'm sending them love, and I'm saying, you know what? Here's love, because I don't know what you're going through. And I also hope that you take this love and you accept it. And hopefully you understand that this love is beautiful and it's the highest and greatest force of all. Okay? So whether somebody's cheated on you, ghosted you, abused you, I want you to be in the positive headspace of, I'm sending love and light to them. And that sounds counterintuitive, but it's not. It doesn't mean you're saying, and I want to make that so clear, it doesn't mean that you're saying what they did was correct or right. You can still feel hurt by them. You have been hurt by them. But by sending this love, you are also choosing not to harbor hate. Because when you harbor hate, if you don't listen to any other part following this, listen to this. When you harbor hate for a person, for an experience, for a group of people, for anything, all you do is harm yourself. Why? Because negative entities, negative people, negative experiences, they feed off your hate. That makes them stronger and that makes you weaker. And we all know we're fighters. We're not weak. We are so strong. And why are we strong? We are strong because we output love to everything. And we hope that the lower vibrational, the darker entities, we hope that they are a little bit alarmed that we're loving them and that maybe they will accept the love and change how they are. Okay? Also, what I was talking about, with your thoughts. This goes for you too, your personal thoughts. When you think about, I'm not good enough, I'm ugly, I'm not successful. Every time I tell people this, counteract it. Every time you say, you know what, I'm not good enough, say, you know what, I am good enough because, and think of one reason. It might be difficult. Even if you can't think of a reason of why you're good enough, think about one positive thing about yourself. Counteract the hate that you just created about yourself. Because when you do that, when you have a negative thought, you are actually creating something, right? So counteract that with love. Okay. Let's see. Did I write anything else I missed? No, I don't think I did. I think I talked about everything. Again, though, remember, this is where people, I think we all struggle, including me, to remember that negative entities, and when I say entities, I'm talking about reptilians, but I'm also talking about, your friend from high school, your parents, whatever, people that are in a negative headspace or whatever, negative energy field. They feed, because everything, remember guys, everything is an energetic exchange. They energetically feed off of your hate to make themselves more hateful and more strong within darkness. Because I'm not going to pretend, that darkness isn't strong, because darkness can be as strong as light. It can be, especially in the third dimension, because we have such polarity. But that's why we have to try super hard and put out love to not have that be the case. Okay? So whenever you're thinking about something negative about yourself, another person, just spam that person, spam that thought, spam that entity with light. And you can do this through visualization as well. It's wonderful. All you have to do is visualize, close your eyes. Don't even have to close your eyes. You see that, okay, that person is not, being a very good person, whatever. You just visualize yourself throwing, just emitting golden white light at them. And that does the trick. And say, I'm sending love, I'm sending light, I'm sending this greatest force of all, which is love. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little chat. I wanted to do this today because it is so super important. And it's something I'm working on as well. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.